wait for our fourth player.
Everybody cut the shit. Sorry.
Yep, no more talk about my work.
You can talk about whatever you want. I'm just letting you know. 3 or 4 people might be watching.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for supporting me.
Yeah. Psh, my mom and dad don't watch this.
I make my cat watch. My
There you
cat's
go.
watch.
Mm.
She's supporting us.
That's viewer traffic right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if my best friend wasn't so busy, he may actually have joined, but at least to watch. But
Yeah.
with everything going on, that's not happening.
Dun, dun, dun. So do we have so is Tal joining us today?
It looks like he's
I
online.
think so. Yeah, he's online. I guess I could. I was giving him a few minutes because we're still kind of early. But if he doesn't show soon, I'll send him a message.
So Tal and I didn't keep track of the last post. So where are we with that?
Talon, what?
Do we have a fifth player?
Oh, no, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah, afternoons are always challenging to recruit for.
Yeah.
All my evening games are full, but my afternoon games have some missing spots. It's mostly Europeans joining the afternoon games.
Yeah. Yeah. Do, 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 do.
Yes, we will continue to talk the shit. Gip Gip 95. At least one viewer in a chat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Also, I just realized the sun is giving me a lot of glare. So let me see if I can fix that.
They're called blackout curtains.
Well, now that the smoke is out, we're seeing the sun again.
Yeah, it's been a while. Here,
Yeah,
that
I
should
have a very large
help.
window in my room, but blackout curtains make it not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should get some blackout curtains for here. But usually the blinds work just fine. Alright, let me send a message to our errand player and see what's going on.
I mean, there is another benefit to the blackout curtains if your room is too warm for you, because it can reduce the overall temperature in your room.
Yeah. Alright, Tal. What's the sitch, Tal? We've got some political stuff to do today.
Hey. Our alliance is growing strong.
And empowering a necromancer, which probably will end fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We already are doing that, right?
Exactly.
We have our own.
What could possibly go wrong?
Are we ready for the wrap up from last week?
Well, I just sent Tal a message, so I'm hoping he responds soon because he is online. But let's see. Yeah, Tal would actually be scribe for this week, so I just have to make sure he's doing that. If not, we can give it to one of you. So I'll give him like another minute or so. If not, we can do the recap, then figure that out. Because, yeah, it does say he's online, but he has not responded yet.
Oh, now he went to idle.
Yeah, which is not a great sign. Well, we can reassign scribe duty, or I can roll for it.
I
I mean,
can do it.
you want to do it? Alright, so if there's no objection, I'll say Calgrod. And,
Calgrad does a good job.
yeah, and if we get a Tal in before, before we start up the game, then maybe he can switch back. So yeah, why don't we get the recap out of the way, though? Balefire, if you would.
Last week on the Shadowstalkers, Balefire convinces Zana to speak with Dinara to potentially form a truce. Chiron is notified that Dinara wishes to speak with him, and the group lets Dinara's specters know that Zana was going to swing by. The next day, the group speaks to Demi Prime, and she agrees that an alliance of residents would be a good thing. And she sends Nimble to represent her in discussions with Zana and Dinara. She still wants to know when the meeting with the Soft Spires will be. We updated Dinara about the Warforged and Zana. Dinara mentions a teleportation circle nearby. The party investigates. On the way, Croter collapses a weak floor, revealing a 100-foot hole with bones at the bottom. The group feather falls to the bottom and starts pursuing some ghouls down there. The group encounters a necromancer named Elodie. She is trying to grow her power and control all the black altars in town. She cares about the black altars. The group exchanges the location of the one above Chiron in exchange for teaching Schroeder the ritual to harness them, as well as her support in defending Isik. On the way to the altar, the group is attacked by two skeletal monstrosities, which the group banishes and then flees from. We head to the altar, and Elodie claims it. She and Schroeder hang out there, bump chicka wow wow, while the group goes elsewhere.
Alright, thank you for that recap. So it is the 20th of winter at 7 a.m. morning time. We have the two of them at the altar. Time is passing while she's doing her ritual. Did anyone want to do anything while that ritual was happening?
So Shorter is watching her, right?
Yeah. Oh, where did the rest of the group go? That's right. You were splitting up for something.
I think most of the rest of the group just went to Chiron's lab.
Yeah.
Was it going to be? Was this an overnight thing?
Well, as I remember, she already finished the ritual, and we were just talking. It was like maybe an hour long that it took her to finish that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just kind of doing our own thing for the night and then meeting up in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, it is morning, I thought. Or am I getting my times mixed up here?
No, I mean, no, I think you're correct.
Did we finish the night? I don't think we did.
Let me check what I got here.
Because I remember I didn't get a response to the to what I told her.
Yeah, it is morning actually. I pushed. So we had. It is morning. I know. I kind of move the date forward at the end of our session. And yes, Balefire, you get 2 downtime for the last 2.
Yeah,
Right,
I thought you had rested in her lair for the night, or am I forgetting that? Where did you all rest for the evening?
I think Bale would have spent the early part of the evening certainly with Zana, but if she was going hunting, then he would have met up with the group probably at Chiron's.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were back at Chiron. It's the 19th. It's the 19th of winter, right? It's morning 19th of winter.
I believe it's the 20th of winter.
Oh, 20th. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my notes say, that we were on the 20th of winter at 7 a.m. Unless we...
I know I never got a response to the whisper I sent you.
Where did you send it?
It's still in the main chat.
In Roll20?
Yeah.
You're right, it's the 20th.
Let me see.
Should be right above the MVP votes.
Okay. So... Alright, yeah, I'll send you a whisper back about that. And the rest of you are within the library, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so let me send you a whisper, then we'll cut to the library and see what everyone's doing in there.
Can she actually, so once she has done her ritual, she said something about feeling more ghouls, if I remember correctly.
She can control 1,000 now from her previous 100.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
She had finished the ritual. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because
Yeah, she can
it's
control
exponential.
1,000, and
Yeah.
she can feel where the last pedestal is, or that there is only one left in the city.
Right. And that's the one we know about, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
So, Schroeder, is the goal for you to try to do the same on the last pedestal?
I mean, she was definitely talking about it being more potent the more you have of them, and it's more beneficial for one to have 3 versus 1, 2, and the other 1. I'm not certain as of yet as to... One second. Okay.
So we're just
Like,
gonna
if
let her
I
get
if
super powerful and try and stay friends.
if I can discern that she is trustworthy enough and you guys are on board with it, then that should potentially be the plan. That way we have more overall power. If she turns out to not be trustworthy, then we can handle it from there.
Okay. So we keep it as a bargaining chip with her, and you're not like claiming it or trying to. Because I kind of I remember that you were observing the ritual in the hope of being able to do it yourself, right? Maybe.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Right.
And that's the information that she still hasn't told me yet that we basically bargained for. But she did, as I remember, like make protections on her ritual to make it to where other people can't really usurp power over it from her.
yeah, she was worried that the mind flayers might try to take back control,
Okay.
is what she said. And I believe it's 8 a.m. now. So was there anything in particular the group was doing in the library, in Chiron's library, or should I just pass the time for the ritual?
Mm,
And research, I think. Or sleeping.
Okay.
yes. So Cameron was researching the Mindstorm. Tal was researching the tower, but actually it seems like that got taken by somebody else because I remember Tal saying that he was out of a job. Somebody was at the Warforged that started
Yeah,
to kind of research.
the Warforged said they would look into it for you because you were helping them with something.
Okay, all right.
That was Demi Prime's people.
So
Alright.
yeah, no, nothing special.
Alright, so the group spends a few hours in the library as you are with Elodie doing her ritual. Hang on a second, Schroeder. I'll answer that question. Alright, so I'm guessing after a few hours the group would come back up to the altar area to meet?
Yep.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. So you would find Schroeder sitting with Elodie. Looks like they're talking about something. They kind of look up as you all enter. Apparently the ritual is done. It is, let's see, it's probably about 9:30 at this point. And she says, the ritual was a success. The Mind Flayers should not be able to take control back unless they can get one of their people here to disrupt my rituals. She says, I just need one. Well, she says, I now know that there is one more altar that I need to take control of to gain the power over the ghouls in the city.
Cool.
So are you controlling the closest ghouls? Are you feeling where they are? What's the nature of your connection to them?
She says, it seems like I am in control of a set amount that are scattered throughout the city. I can feel their presence in certain areas. I can't see through their eyes, but I can give them commands, it seems.
So could you command them to try to locate the scouts from the humans? And well, I'm asking first Schroeder and Biofire. Do you think it's worthwhile to try at least to root out the scouts from the South Spire under the guise of the ghouls?
Certainly wouldn't hurt to know where they are.
I mean, it depends on how many scouts there are. If they're able to thin out the scouts, then that could be very helpful for us, at
Yeah,
minimum, to deter them from coming into the city.
yeah, exactly. And the ghouls have been a threat from the start, so it's not. They may feel that the ghouls have become more intelligent, but we can say, hey, we don't know what's up with that.
She says, you want me to attack their forces, the scouts that are in the city?
I would vote for that. Yes. We need.
Perhaps maybe not seeking them out directly, but if they do run across them, to make it very apparent that they are still organized to some degree and hostile.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I just worry if they find out that I am responsible, that they might come for me directly.
Do they know you? Just can you give us like a recap on what we know about her? We know she's coming from the Empire and the university over there.
She was outcast from the university because she was studying necromancy.
Yes, and she broke up with the Spire force on herself to come into the city, right?
Yeah, she came here under the kind of false identity that she was going to help them with their studies of the city, and then she kind of went her own way when they got here, or at least this is what she's told you.
Yeah, that's okay.
So she seems a little hesitant about that. She says, I dislike the Empire forces, but I just worry that attacking them directly could be dangerous for me if I was found out.
Exactly, that's why I suggested not to seek them out, but if they come across them, to make it more realistic in their eyes that they are still organized, but not exactly in a strange way. Because obviously fleeing from people and ignoring them like they did with us was very suspicious.
As Schroeder says that, are we linked telepathically or not at that point?
Probably not unless you have a
Okay.
I
telepathic
haven't
link
set that
that.
up yet.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's hourly, so probably not right
All right.
now.
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion check. Any of the people who've been talking.
I will attempt. Oh, that's not bad at all.
So she says, "What about the third altar? If I could get control of more of the ghouls, then I think we'd be in a better position. Do you know where it is? I don't remember. I don't think you told her where it was.
No, we haven't.
Yeah. Or do you have any idea where it might be, so we could start looking for it?"
Balefire's over in the corner, kicking rocks, looking around distractedly.
I might have an idea of where it is, but getting there would be fairly difficult and would require us being above ground.
She says, "Well, I could probably use the ghouls to make our trip safer. Give me a." You said you told her you had an idea where it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, she says we could probably use the ghouls to guard us. Or where do you think it is?
Towards the... What direction is that? West? Yeah, that's west.
Give me a deception check.
But that is towards the west.
Yeah, but you know exactly where it is.
Yeah, towards the west.
So she might sense that you're not being completely honest. Or at least that you're trying to be a little bit, what's the word? Kitschy, yeah.
Cage.
Cagey, yeah, cagey. So she looks at you a little odd and says, "Is there something you're not telling me? Do you not trust me?"
Well, is there something you are not telling us? You seems to have a awful reservation from attacking scouts of the Empire when you are yourself a self-professed outlaw to the Empire. What does that mean?
She says, "Well, my work is outlawed. That doesn't mean I wish to see people hurt or dead. In general, I would prefer to just do my studies and improve my magic without the interference of the Empire. But making an enemy of them is not my wish." She says, The Crimson Blade can be very dangerous if they think you're someone with power. I don't know how they'd find out it was me. I just worry they would."
Well, but you see, here we are trying to keep Hisik as out of the Empire, and possibly establishing a free city that people like you can be safe from the persecutions of this edict of magic. And
Yes, it would be open to all without discrimination.
exactly. So I find it a bit odd that you're not willing to go. You seem hesitant to kind of hurt the Empire when you have the opportunity to be part of something that is actually significant.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. She says, who would, well, go ahead, give me the check first.
Oh yes! Oh, look at that!
Nice.
She says, well,
Nice.
who would lead this city of the undead? Even if we did
Well,
keep the Empire out, to be able to become a separate entity, we would need someone to be in charge of things. She says, "I'm no politician." Or would we
the
just
The
Queen
be...
queen herself is still here.
Queen Dinara, yes. There is a the Queen Dinara is has been part of the family that has been the rightful rulers of Hisek, and for the purpose of ruling the city, she can be a very good queen for its people, and but we are well known that the Crimson Dagger is not going to let undead rule one of their cities, so we cannot be part of the Empire.
She says, I suppose that's true. Are you sure we can't just convince the humans to, or not the humans, the
Empire.
Teruvian forces to just leave? Do we have to just start killing them?
So
It could
yeah,
be
go.
possible, but not without long deliberations, and even then, it's still likely that they could attack
She
us, as
says,
they have not made their true intentions known yet.
all
The,
right,
the the
if
other family has not reached us yet, so it's only the soft spire for now. But if actually we make sure they don't have eyes in the city anymore, and we held the discussion and the negotiation um, with with an advantage too. That would give us an advantage on the negotiation.
This is all right. If you all are willing to help me gain the power of the third altar, I will use the ghouls to drive back their forces as best I can. It seems like a fair deal. I'll be putting myself at risk, but if I'm able to gain even more power over the undead of the city, then I don't think the Teruvian forces will be a problem.
If we
Well,
help
not
you,
only will you
do
get
you
more forces over the ghouls, but you will also gain allies that we have here already.
She
if we
nods.
help you, would you promise to respect the other inhabitants here, which would be the owner of the occupants of the keep, the Warforged, and Queen Dinara's presence?
People.
People.
Says, of course, I have no wish to act against any of the undead unless they start to pose a danger to me. I will happily let them go about their business.
All right. Seems like everyone can get along then.
Yep.
She says, all right, I will have the ghouls do sweeps in large groups to look for any scouts and have them slain and added to the ghoul army. Or at least slain. I don't think I could make them into ghouls without some time and magic. Alright, so what does the group want to do?
Uh, do
Oh,
we want to try to introduce her to
I'll make a note of that.
either the Queen or Zana before heading to the Warforged?
Zana's kind of on her own. We're just waiting for her to show up. So the Queen Dinara would be the only one who would really bear I think, the introduction.
Yeah,
We're still supposed to go talk to the soft spires about having set up that meeting. So we need to check to see where Dinara is with
Mm-hmm.
Chiron, about getting her out, and then if she's still
oh,
kind of stuck there, we have to sort out where we can get this meeting hosted.
yes, and something we would mention Jean-Luc and the hop. Okay, no, that I'm not doing that in our presence, but as soon as when we have a moment where we can talk the three of us without Elodie being around, I need to kind of share something with the others.
I I would say give us a moment to talk to one of our friends that we have made here. Uh, right now, uh, he would need to give you permission to enter his area. So we can talk to him first and see where things stand with the Queen and her situation, and talk about you to him. Excuse me. So just
So
give us a moment and we will be right back.
so can she stay in the library actually? Can she enter the library, or are we taking her there?
That's just it. We would need to get permission from
Oh,
Chiron
from
for
her.
her to
That's what you're
enter.
asking. Okay,
Yeah.
great, great.
So, do you
Uh,
want me to wait here or in this library?
No, what's here? We have to talk to him.
All right.
Yeah, she could be like right outside the door, basically. It's just she can't enter the lab.
You would notice at this point several ghouls starting to wander in from the area around her and just kind of hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
They do not seem hostile. All right, so she just nods and kind of walks over to the ghouls and smiles at them. The rest of you are going back downstairs. All right. So you re-enter Chiron's library in the areas below. You do indeed find Chiron there looking through the books. He greets you as you enter. He says, "Welcome back, Shadowstalkers."
Hi, Karen. Well, so we are going to ask if he has any. Well, so where are we
Any
with the sorry, I just want to kind of recap. Where are we with the research for the holo?
We should have finished the research basically a day or 2 days ago. 2 days ago now. For the setting up of the hollow points.
Yeah, so that was you, right?
Yes.
Alright, so yes, you would have been able to find the ritual and learn how to set up the hollow points. Did I tell you what was involved with that?
No.
So to set up the hollow points, you need one of the hollow points, and you would need arcane, religious, or nature components. 1,000 gold pieces worth of one of them.
Can that be combined, or does it have to be of one?
It can be combined, so you can use different types of components. You would also need a day to do the ritual, and then the hollow point would be permanently set in that place.
So it seems like that should be our first priority to set up the hollow point for Charon, right?
Yeah, you can attach a teleportation point to it as well, but that does require another day and another 1,000 gold pieces worth of components to make a teleportation circle.
So to make it viable for... Oh, teleportation circle. I thought you could already do teleportation with the hollow points.
No, they're just a connection to the hollow point network. To actually teleport, you do need to attach a circle to it.
Yeah, I remember we talked about avoiding the circle of teleportation, so that's because there are risks with other using it.
Yeah, because you don't know who's on the hollow point network right now. But you do have those options now.
What about the Shadowfell research?
So who was looking into that?
Balefire.
Balefire, give me an investigation check. Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, give me an investigation check.
And then I believe Tal was looking into the Rune Master Tower. Very nice.
Okay.
Woo.
So that was for getting to the Shadowfell, right?
Yep.
So you find some books, or you had found some books that, the easiest way to do it is to get someone with the ability to planeswalk, which is a very powerful high-level spell. Another way to do it is to find a point where the barrier between the Shadowfell and Gaian is extremely weak, and there are certain times when that point or that place, usually it's a place where there's like kind of a lot of undead and strong necromantic energies. There are certain times, usually in the evening, when that place becomes more connected to the Shadowfell, and a ritual performed during those times could possibly open a gate temporarily.
That sounds a lot like Isik.
Yeah, Isik would probably be a good candidate because of the because of the actions of Malik and the curse that, or whatever the ritual was that he did here.
Man, this is not unlike trying to get to the Feywild.
Yeah, it's very similar. It requires points of the prime material plane where the energies are very strong, and it can kind of form a connection between the two worlds.
But I didn't. So I learned of this and all this information, but I didn't learn the ritual that is needed to create that junction.
Probably not yet. No,
All right.
you're still looking. You'd probably need a bigger library for something like that, like maybe the capital library or one of the large cities. Speak
Right.
to an actual what's it called? Arcanist, someone who has experience with magic.
Are you sharing that info, Belfire?
Yeah, of course.
Alright. Hearing that info, do I think that the knowledge in the hollow point would be enough? With enough study?
Possibly. It really depends on if the correct information is still connected to the hollow point. And you know that a lot of the hollow points are offline, like the one at the Wizard Tower. So there's only a couple of places right now that are still connected.
Yeah, but Schroeder would most likely assume that the largest amount of information was probably at that Runemaster Tower. If we're able to get that back online,
Oh yeah, probably.
we should be able to
I mean,
find that information.
You would guess the old Runemaster Tower is probably where they kept all their studies, and it would probably be comparable to the Phoenix Guild today in your empire.
And I believe Tal was looking into the location of the Runemaster Tower. Obviously, he's not here, but he would have finished those studies.
So he would keep looking even if the Warforged were helping.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, from what I can make out from what I was reading, the Runemaster Tower is somewhere in this mountain range up here. Part of the old empire, but I don't know exactly where it is. I'd need to look for some more information. Probably a bigger library would help.
Okay.
Well, maybe the hollow will help, right?
Exactly. Once we're able to set up that hollow, it'll be a huge help. Especially with Chiron having access to it as well.
Yeah, I think the hollow is connected to two other places. Well, yeah, I think when you look, there were two other places currently active. Though I don't think
Yeah,
you
the
tried
one that
to...
was like somewhere over here, if I remember correctly. Like
That
in
was the
between
lab.
Shar and Dorvan.
Mm-hmm.
That was the research lab.
It was over here, and that was the lab
Over
you
there.
went to.
Okay.
And there was one under Char, which I don't think you've gone to yet.
No.
But that's the two teleport you know about from the hollow,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And then of course the one that the Warforged came from.
Oh yeah, and the one in Issyk. There were others, but they seem to all be disconnected right now, which means the hollow points were either destroyed or just don't have any power.
Yep. Oh, that's another thing we could ask Elodia to help with. If we haven't already. I thought we did ask her though. For the shadow gems.
Alright, let me just mark down some of this research I gave you.
Well, I think so getting rid of the scouts is probably a good thing to do before we get that meeting with Dinara and the Softfire, because then we will be a little bit in a position of I mean, with them not having eyes, we have a little bit more bargaining chips from being here with the Softfire when that happened.
I would ask Chiron if he's made any progress on allowing Princess Dinara to leave her current quarters?
He says, yes, actually. I have looked into some possibilities. In fact, Nimble had mentioned something that piqued my curiosity. I've been spending more time on that than I have been on Mindstorm, just because I want to help the princess as quickly as possible.
Of course.
I might have an answer, but it's going to be a few more days. As he's a little
Okay.
bit, what's the word?
Preoccupied?
Suspicious. No. What's it when they're not telling you, like they're being, he's not telling you all the information? Cryptic. As he's a bit cryptic in his answer. He doesn't tell you exactly what it is.
Chiron is?
Yeah,
Or
well,
Nimble?
he's Chiron. He would. He doesn't say that, but that's what you might get the feeling. He's being a little cryptic as to what the answer might be, because he doesn't directly tell you. He just says he's working on something. Might pique your curiosity. I don't know, but yeah, that's what he would say.
Yeah.
So, Karen, actually, so just well, I'm just kind of trying to remember. If does Karen know about our attempt to get an alliance for ISEC and negotiate with the others? Have we told him already or not?
I believe so. I think you told him that you were speaking to them. I don't
Okay.
think you were. I don't think you were. You didn't give him all the information. You weren't. You didn't give him details, but I think you gave him a basic idea that you were in talks with the Empire.
Alright, so I think we need to kind of be very direct with Karen about everything we're trying to achieve as making ISEC like a free city separate from the Empire, and where everybody in Undead, including, will not be subjected to any kind of threat or so. Schroeder, Balfour, are you okay with him knowing the full extent of what we are doing here?
Yeah, I'm 100% on board. I feel like Chiron's one of our best allies in terms of reliability.
There.
No complaints here.
Alright, so we're going to explain to him the details of why Dinara is important to negotiate with the Empire because of her claim, that we are trying to get ISEC freed, but I would also kind of look at the two others and talk about the. I mean, he knows about the defeat of Malek and the fact that we found the portal, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And he already knows that I'm trying to set up a hollow point for him, and I would let him know that I now know how to. It would just take a little bit of time and a lot of components.
Says, well, that makes sense.
So we explained to him that this access to
Night weather.
Night weather.
night
Yeah.
weather. This access to night weather is probably something that very powerful people in the Empire want to have. We cannot have them be the first one there. We need to figure out what it is over there and decide what we do with it with our allies before anything else. So being cryptic about Dinara does not help us. We need to know that you're 100% with us on propping Dinara up.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah.
He says, well, my apologies. I did not mean to be cryptic. I just didn't want to give an answer until I knew for sure if this research was going to pan out. But we believe we can give her a Warforged body, which will help her leave her current confinement.
Oh.
Basically attaching her soul to a empty Warforged shell that would be created by Demi Prime and her people. I've
That would be
never...
quite interesting.
He says, yes, nothing like this has ever been done. Generally, Warforged are crafted with their souls, at least in the old soul forging techniques. None that I know, but I'm hoping that there's a way we can attach the spirit of Lady Dinara to the Warforged body. Again, though, this is very theoretical. Apparently it's been done before, though, from what Nimble has been telling me, though I've never heard of such a thing. So,
Well, if you require another arcane hand to help you out, feel free to ask.
he says, well, if you have time, any help with research would be useful, but I know you have many things on your plate right now, so I'm happy to just leave you to your business, and I'll work on this.
One more note is we have found another necromancer in the city that wishes to be a part of our newfound independent city.
Who is this necromancer?
Her name is Elodieth, and she would be happy to meet with you, of course. Would require your permission to enter. She has been, for the most part, trustworthy and helpful in gaining more power to dissuade the Empire's forces from entering.
How is she doing that?
She has found a way to do some kind of ritual with those black altars, like the one right above? Yeah, right above your lab, to gain control over the ghouls.
The artifacts that were placed by the Mind Flayers.
Yes, she has been able to usurp their power over them.
How is she able to do that?
She has not told me the specifics of her ritual, but I would explain what I've seen from the rituals so far and see if he knows any more information about what she was doing.
Well, it'll take you a while to describe the whole ritual. He would just say, this is very suspicious to me, as, this magic is something more akin to the Mind Flayers of the Deep. I have no idea how she would unravel their magics being someone from the surface. I just hope
I know
she
that
is
the necklace
trustworthy.
she wears is definitely magical in nature and possibly sentient. So, do you think it possible that her necklace is somehow connected to the Mind Flayers in some fashion?
It's definitely possible.
The necklace is sentient?
Uh,
Really?
From what she's told me, it speaks. So,
Oh, that is very odd. Yeah, that is... huh. There's a shiver going through
wait,
Cardboard's spine.
Chiron, you said that the Mind Storm was some kind of artifact. Do you know
Yes.
what kind of item it was?
I am not sure. I've only had a few days to work on it. As I said, I kind of switched over to trying to help Lady Dinara, but I would guess it's some kind of jewelry from what I'm reading. I would need more time.
Let me know once you are able to do more research on it. Please let me know as soon as you figure out what kind of item, because if it is a necklace, then this could be what it is.
It's possible. That would make sense if this necklace is telling her how to rework their magic, though I don't know why it would help some surface-dwelling human. Seems almost like it would want to kill her for being close to it. In any case, just be careful. It makes me suspicious that this girl is able to manipulate their magic with such mastery.
Would you be comfortable with an audience with her?
No, Calgron would jump in. I don't think that's a good idea at that point. If she has an
Alright.
item that we are not sure about, she shouldn't even. I mean, she knows a little bit about the library, but we should tell her that until the scouts are out, it's probably
Well,
we should
also, Chiron is preoccupied at the moment with other things.
Says
yes,
yes.
and
Why don't, as your friend Calgrod said, perhaps we should keep her away for now, and we will all work on our separate things.
okay.
Perhaps later.
So it seems like for us, the main priority is to set up the holo for Karen so that can accelerate his research or whatever can help, and keep her where we found her, bring her back there, uh, double check that the scouts are effectively gone and that she's doing what we are saying, what we ask her to do, and then go back to Southspire. Is that like
Yeah, if
a
we get
reasonable?
a consensus on if Zana has spoken with Dinara, then we would basically have the entire coalition here prepared for the most part, and then we're just waiting on Chiron and the Warforged to possibly make her a new body.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it
So we
seems
can
like,
check with the Warforged to see the progress on that as well.
yeah. So can you do your
Yeah, I'll set up
telepathic
my
thing
telepathic bond right now.
before we go back to discuss with her?
Alright, so you
So
set up a telepathic bond between the group.
Balfire, you need to convince her to kind of be patient before she can meet Karen, because we need to sort these things out before we decide what we do with her.
Southspire? Who am
No,
I
no,
convincing?
Elodia. We are not going to bring her to Karen, so
Ah,
we need you to kind of smooth the edge that's going to create.
all right.
Alright, so you're gonna go talk to Elodie again?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yes.
I'll go chat with her and tell her that there's a lot of moving pieces right now in our
And
efforts to coordinate our defensive alliance for Isaac, and
yes,
you
and
know,
Chiron is currently preoccupied with a few other things that are more pressing matters.
yeah, and say so. Just you can go about your business. In the meantime, and when we have a new decision point, we'll come get you and arrange meetings of the various leaders of the defenders.
I'm fine with that. I was going to ask, though, what of the third altar? That's what I'm more concerned with. The quicker we can secure that, the quicker I can make sure that the mind flayers have no way of attacking me with any of the undead of Isaac.
Yes, right now it is well defended. Uh, it is it is basically in the home of one of our allies, and they are currently busy helping another one of our allies with a certain matter.
She says, "Oh, so you do know where it is then?"
Yes, it is guarded towards the west, as I said.
Do you think we could just go there and I could get this over with?
That would require you to speak with the head of their group, and they are currently busy helping another of our allies.
Uh,
Patience, friend. We'll get you there.
Yes,
We will get you there. And just
we do intend to get you there. It's just things need to be done in the correct order.
go ahead
we
and give
understand.
me, or go ahead.
I was gonna say, we understand that this is part of. We understand this is important to you. We understand this is part of our arrangement in helping you defend Isaac and the others. So we will take care of this. We got to wait for the other people to be ready.
Yeah, give me persuasion checks.
Meh.
Meh. She nods and says, "All right, whatever you think is best. I will say, the sooner it's secured, the quicker we can lock the mind flayers out of any more attempts against us. But I will defer to your wisdom."
Thank you for your
So
trust.
Thank you,
let us.
Elodie.
We'll meet you where we're going to bring you back where we met you, and we'll probably check on you for progress for the scouts. We need to know when you believe that the scouts have been cleared out, so that we know we can move without humans knowing what's going on in the city.
I can find my way back there. You don't have to bring me. I now have some bodyguards, and you see the room is kind of filled with ghouls now.
I'll start
Right?
petting a few of them.
I will.
That's disturbing.
Yes, yes.
By the way, it
Says,
smells fantastic here.
I'll use the sewers to get back. I'll speak with you all later then. Where shall we meet up if I want to speak with you again?
Well, I will come and find you where we found you.
All right, then I
He
will
needs
wait
to find
there.
us.
Come and speak with me sometime later today or tomorrow about what your plans are, and then we can iron that out. And she would leave.
Of course.
All right, so it is now probably about 10:30 in the morning. What does the group want to do?
Who
I'm
are we
asking.
talking to first?
I'm asking Dija to follow the ghouls and her uh, in the distance. So Dija needs to stay like pretty far, but follow them until
I'm gonna
I
cast
contact her.
invisibility on her.
Alright, great.
That lasts an hour.
Invisibility. Yes. An
All
hour.
right, so you have your spider turn invisible, following after the ghouls, and it's just gonna watch her.
Yeah, the goal is to for her to just stay inside, but try to stay hidden inside until I can kind of uh, tell her to come back through. Well, I will. Let me double check something.
Basically, just checking to see if she does what she says that she will.
Okay. Sure. The spider is invisible, following the large group of ghouls and Elodie as she goes back into the tunnels, avoiding where the bone monstrosities are. She'll find her alternate route back.
Yeah, so I will use the beast sense before Pija leaves, so that for 1 hour at least I can see through her eyes.
Okay. Is there a limit on the range of beast sense, or is it just
Uh, no, it does not actually. Let me bring that up. Where is it?
yeah? You just link it.
Yeah.
So, who are we trying to speak with first, and do we want me to just hang back and set up the hollow point?
Yeah, I think that's what that should be the first thing. If the hollow point can help Chiron, we need to set it up before anything else.
Okay, because I can take care of that myself, especially with the protection that the library provides.
All right. So you're setting up the hollow point in Chiron's library.
Uh-huh. I'm not gonna be able to make it a actually I might with enough time. Right now I'm just gonna be setting it up as a hollow point, and then any extra time that they're gone and I have after that, I would be using the workstation to change essences into components.
All right. He says, I believe I have the perfect place for the hollow point. And he is going to come over this way. Move one of the books, which causes a secret door to open.
Ooh.
You never knew.
And he
I would
says,
ask him if this secret room is also protected with the same magics, or is this a separate place?
"No, this is a secret area of my library," he says. "It is protected by the same magics."
Okay.
So, he says, this is probably the best place to put the hollow point just in case there is an issue. I would rather it stay hidden from view.
Of course. Do I would ask him about that sigil on the ground?
You don't have to worry about that. So, yeah. Go ahead and, where do you want to put the hollow point exactly? I assume you're taking it out of the,
Careful, the ground seems unsteady.
Oh, he says the ground should be safe in there to walk on. It's just very old and not protected by the same what's it called? Preservation magics that some of this other place is.
Yes. I would ask him if this square right here would be preferable, or if he would prefer it against the wall.
He would say either is fine. So like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either one is fine. He says whichever area you wish to put it. So I'm assuming you're gonna get it out of Balefire's portable hole and minimize it again.
Yeah, I would have to use
Enlarge,
the
reduce.
enlarge, reduce,
Okay. So yeah,
and then set it there, wait for it to, or actually it's just concentration, so I can just break concentration, yeah?
that would break
Yeah.
concentration. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, once
the
it's
spider is
set
not
in the
invisible
proper
anymore.
spot, I would break concentration to where it comes back to the correct size.
Okay. So the pillar is set and ready to be magically put in this spot.
Before, if he's telling us that he's breaking concentration, I'm just going to walk into Ija to make sure she's in an area that she can hide easily. I would kind of.
You just really quick, you would notice that there is some treasure in this room. It looks like some chests.
I would be asking Chiron about that and
He says
what the
some
purpose of
spoils
these were.
some spoils from the old castle. I hid it in here to keep it safe. There's also some old books and scrolls I keep in here, mostly just to keep it safe from being stolen by raiders or anyone.
Would you be interested in potential bartering of items?
I don't think so. I would rather keep the old treasures together for
Fair enough.
study.
Do you mind if I study them as well while I have the chance?
Says I do not. Just do not take them out of there.
Of course.
I feel like the Indiana Jones Holy Grail moment. Don't take it beyond the seal of the door.
Exactly.
That's probably what that star on the floor is. Take it across there, bad things happen.
All right, so you're going to use the rest of the day to set up the hollow point here?
Yep, I'm just trying to do some math in my head to see what combination of components I want to use.
All right, so
I'll probably leave about 100 of each if I can.
Is the group doing anything else today, or are you just setting up the pillar?
Just studying, and I'm still organizing my notes.
Okay.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna be going to talk with anyone else?
Well, do we have to?
You don't have to. I'm just saying, like, I'm not a very persuasive person. So,
The only thing is, so we've kind of gone past when we told Softspire that we'd have information about a meeting. So we should probably go say something.
at least give them an update, yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought Dinara had sent some messengers to them.
Oh,
You asked her to.
No problem.
Yeah, I believe
And-
when you spoke with her, you asked her to talk to that Softspire wanted to speak with her people. So She said she was going to send messengers as long as they were, allowed to talk and not just attacked. Which I believe you told Softspire that they'd be ghostly. So hopefully they didn't get attacked, but you haven't heard anything about how that turned out.
All right, then I guess Balefire then will research the Shadowfell ritual.
All right.
That
So, all right. So you're looking into that. I'm gonna pass the day.
So at the end of my beast bond, I'm going to check where Elodia and the ghouls are, and if Chicha is still alive, and just before my kind of 1 hour expires.
Give me a stealth check for Deja, because he would not be invisible the whole time.
That is correct. So staff, partition. How do I do that? Oh, sorry, I'm in the setup. Stars, right there. Ooh,
Oh.
that is really good.
So, as far as you can tell, Elodie does listen. She goes back to her lair, where there are a lot more ghouls now. She has a group of about 50 or so, kind of running around the place. And the spider, you wanted it to continue following her and watching her, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, for until the beast bond disappears. After that, she just hang out until I told her to come back in the evening, so just keeping an eye on her, but I won't be able to see through anymore until she comes back by herself. I mean,
Alright.
the spider comes back by herself.
Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, you would come back in the evening. And how smart is the spider?
It has an intelligence of 8.
Oh, okay, so pretty smart.
Yeah.
It would tell you that she mostly was staying within her lair. She went out to do strange magical gestures, but the spider didn't know exactly what she was doing. And it probably give me a perception check for the spider. Let's see if it noticed.
Okay. So it's,
It tried to keep its distance because it didn't want to, get her upset. So yeah, it would just have said that she did some strange gestures, maybe some magic stuff, but it doesn't know much about magic.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems like she's still there.
Okay.
Okay.
I have all the component numbers correct now.
Alright, so you set up your components and work on your ritual for the day. Balefire is trying to find out more about this ritual for planeswalking. And what about Calgrod?
I'm still organizing my notes, adding notes on the different maps I did, and just doing my
Okay,
archaeologist bookkeeping.
got it. Alright.
Lou, sorry, I just recalled you said that this library wasn't big enough for what I needed for the planeswalking.
Yeah, so
Right.
you don't think the ritual's going to be in here. You can keep searching for it, but you're pretty sure you're not going to find it here.
All right, then I
You
would.
could potentially look through the items in here.
Well, given that he's not willing to part with any of them, I'm.
True.
Yeah, Balefire will just go about doing magic study for his next level.
Okay,
That's fine.
so just kind of training. That is fine. You could train for a new tool or language if you're not working on that yet. Although I
Alright,
know
well-
that you have something where you have to train for the other world, right? Something that
Yeah, I just it'll go towards my general downtime. We have to train for actual levels,
Okay.
so it's fine. I'll just track it as downtime available to me. Fine.
All right. So the day is passing.
I take it
Yeah,
you
we
don't need the exact numbers of components in each one I used.
No, as long as you're minusing
Okay.
1,000, it's fine.
Yep, 1,000 total.
You do
yeah.
another
So
respawn?
well, no, this is a difference because I reread the power. It's not like a familiar. She cannot speak to me directly, but I can do the beast bond when she comes back, and that's when she can tell me about the thing. So I have to cast a spell when she comes back for her to
Oh,
speak
all
to
right.
me. Actually,
I see. So nothing
yeah,
happens during the day. You have your downtime and your research, but the day passes without issue. So it is now the 21st of winter. How are you eating? Did you have someone
what
eat?
Tal was doing
Oh,
the
right. He
create
has
food and
the.
water.
Sure, I'll say he's still doing that, so you're able to eat without issue. But it is now the next day, the 21st. Things seem quiet. You haven't heard anything from any of your allies. What do you want to do?
Has the hollow point been
Oh,
set up?
yes, the hollow point is all
Okay.
set up. It doesn't have power yet, but you have the pillar there connected to this place.
I would ask Chiron if he has any way to power it himself.
And he says, I do not. I believe those require the soul stones to power.
Okay.
well, we have a soul stone, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like, do we potentially trade one of the stones to him for either more help with something or possibly an item if he's willing to trade that, since it is knowledge itself that we are trading?
Well, what do you want to do with this hollow point that you set up here?
Well, I do want to at least test it to make sure everything is functioning correctly.
Oh, are you saying trade it to him because he's getting more information being connected to the other hollows?
Yeah.
I mean, you could talk to him about it, see if he's willing to trade you something.
Yeah, I would ask if he would be willing to trade something for a soul gem to have it permanently powered in his library, as I know knowledge is one of the greater things that he seeks.
What is it that you wish to trade for it?
If you had any items that possibly could help us, or any other way, like any other form of thing that you'd think would be beneficial towards us.
Give me a persuasion check.
I love those. Oh, I guess I do today.
I feel I have given you free reign of the library and I've assisted you. But I can see. I assume you're speaking of the dwarven artifacts of the old age, as those are the only thing I have in here besides the books that I've given freely to you.
Yes, and I do believe we have done our part in repaying your kindness and helping Princess Dinara as well.
So he goes down here. He doesn't seem all that happy about being asked to trade, but he's like, he kind of gets it. Let's see, what does he have?
Also, I take it the setting up of the pillar pretty much uses all of my downtime, correct?
Well, that would use the day that just passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use the day and of course the materials. He
Just
says,
making sure I'm not adding extra.
Yeah.
or are you asking? Oh, I see. He says, "Do you seek something to increase magical power or martial prowess?"
Um, I feel like our martial prowess right now is fairly good. Unless there's anyone else wanting to speak up, I believe magical power is one thing we are slightly lacking.
So he brings forth a looks like a pair of old slippers. And he says these will help whoever wears them to climb much easier.
Hmm.
Is this something you'd be interested in?
Balefire, does that sound helpful? Or Calgrad, does that sound helpful to either of you?
Personally, the whole asking Karen doesn't sound helpful to me.
Yeah, I think
If you
you're
ask.
Belfire's uncomfortable with how hard you had to push. And Belfire's comfortable with the shoes he's got on.
I mean, I feel like it was right to ask given how much knowledge we're giving him to the Hollow Point, and everything else we've done for the most part have been fairly equal trades.
Hey, do you?
So I'm assuming it's like boots of spider climb or something like that.
Yeah, so Chiron would say they are slippers of spider climbing. Basically, let's see. Yeah, you basically gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. You just have to watch out for slippery surfaces, like things with ice or oil. You would still have problems spider climbing on.
Where did you have us post those wish lists?
Just with your
In the
characters in the
party chat.
party, yeah, in party chat.
All right, all right. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that it's not something that I had asked for and then changed my mind about or something.
No, this isn't wish list stuff. This is
No.
just me
Well, I mean,
rolling to
there's
see
like
what he has.
because well, no, I know, but like I went through and figured out what Balefire might like,
Yeah.
and so like we might randomly have found something he was interested in. I can't remember in my head. That's all. So that's why I was. Yeah, Balefire doesn't really need those.
So he also brings out a rod, and he says, "What of this? A rod of the Pact Keeper, a magical item usually used by those with a connection to a powerful patron."
Oh, if what's her name
Would
was
it?
still here, but she bailed on us. Remember?
She also already got a +2 Rod of the Pact Keeper and didn't even want it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was a hexblade.
a little ungrateful. You try. We try so hard to help people. These random people we find in the dungeons. This is Balefire speaking, not me. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, like I came here with a bag full of goodies, and most of my goodies are gone and haven't been replenished by people that took off. So
Well, is this of interest to you?
Well, it doesn't even need to be an item, possibly just help with learning new spells or anything of that nature.
Ah, you seek magic. Magic spells. Let me see what scrolls I have.
Because I know Balefire is an aspiring wizard himself.
I am.
He says, "Is there a particular spell you're interested in? I do have some of my old spell books from when I could cast spells before I grew these hands."
Uh, uh, what spell was that? Uh, what was it? Teleportation? Or what was it? Teleportation circle or something like that? No, I have that. What was the other one? Or was that the one that Aranya used?
I mean, there's teleport, there's teleportation circle. Teleport is I believe it's rare though. It's one of the more high level
Ah,
spells. It's either rare or very rare. Because it's, I think it's like 5th or 6th level, right?
wow.
Do you want to ask him for teleportation?
If he by chance has it, but of course I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Let me look up teleportation. Or teleport is the spell. Teleport is... oh yeah, level 7. Yeah, that's he does
Oh
not
wow,
have
yeah.
teleport. What's teleportation circle?
That's a
Level
very
5.
long worded spell.
Yeah, that's very powerful. He probably has teleportation circle, if you're looking for that one.
Spellfire, would that help you at all?
That is a 5th
Uh,
level, though.
I mean,
Oh.
I'd have to just save the scroll for the future. I mean,
What are you
I'd be
able to cast at the moment? Third?
a third. Yeah.
What would you want a third level spell?
Um, that wouldn't be easy to find. Eventually, I want to have a Galder's Tower. I want
What
to build
now?
have my own wizard tower.
What
So that's something I'm interested in learning.
Is that a spell?
Galder's? It is
Yep.
a spell apparently. Galder's
There's
Tower. What
there's two
is this?
flavors of it.
How do you spell that?
Galder
Galder.
apostrophe S Galder's
Third
Tower.
level conjuration, range of 30 feet.
What book is that from? It's not even coming up here.
Uh, that's a good question.
Let me
Schroeder, do you have that?
I do not have it, no.
Oh,
check
sorry.
the...
I can tell you. Question. Uh, sources. No, game rules. Spell.
Let me see if I
The
can...
Lost Laboratory of Qualish?
I
Yeah,
might...
Yep,
there's two variants.
that's
Let me find. I'll find both of them for you here.
well, the variants. It's not variant. It's just the IP stuff. It's like the Leomund's Tiny Hut and Tiny Hut are two variants of the same spell. One is the 30 and the other is not, or something like that. So it's
Yeah,
Galder's because it has like a name. I think you have the Galder's Tower and this other kind of non
here's
IP.
the blurb from it. Is the
I might not have that book, whatever book it's from.
Yeah, it's from the Lost Laboratory of Qualish.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a 3rd level spell.
Yep. I can push that too.
Yeah, it looks like it has the same permanent requirements as like Teleportation Circle. You just have to cast it every day for a year.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, it just lasts 24 hours.
It's not as indestructible as a tiny hut, but it's more comfortable.
It's less powerful than a mansion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a tower. Every spell slot above third gives it an additional story or level.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you conjure a 2-story tower made of stone, wood, blah, blah, blah.
And it's not a ritual.
Oh,
That's the other catch.
it doesn't have any valued components. Interesting. So you could just sit someplace for a year and make yourself a little tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Sounds like
Actually,
Rust.
And this is from an official book, you said?
yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
Huh.
Lost Laboratory of Qualish.
Okay.
But
Yeah, sure. I'll say he would have that as it's a 3rd level spell. If you want to trade that for the stone, he doesn't have it in scroll form, so you'd have to copy it out of one of his spell books.
Oh, let's see. How much ink do I have left? I'm almost out. I might need to ask. I might need to buy one pot of ink off of him because I think I only have 2 left.
So he does not have any inks because he doesn't scribe scrolls anymore. But you do have an alchemist, and I think you do have arcane
Yeah,
components, so he could probably
I
make
could
you
make
some
some
inks.
ink.
All right. I think I only need one more.
All right,
Yeah, I
well,
would definitely take the time to copy that as well because that's hilarious.
yeah. So he would give you access to his book to copy that spell.
That's fantastic.
You would
My
just, and you're giving
my
him a permanent soul stone, trading it
That
for that.
was the trade.
Okay. Yeah, he's down for that. So you give him the soul stone, which he will put into the pedestal, which he then links with as you see him connect to it, probably to use the hollow as you have done in the past.
Hmm.
And yeah, you can scribe the spell as long as you have the needed inks.
right. So
Okay.
Schroeder will take the time to make me one pot of ink. I'm good.
Yep. How much components is it needed for one thing of ink?
So you would have to use a day, and I think it's just 1 to 1. So you can just turn probably. Let's see. You could probably make like 1,000 gold pieces worth of ink in a day if you wanted to, just brewing. So
Okay.
it would have to be arcane though. You have to use arcane
Yeah.
components for that to make spellbook ink.
So are you good with like say 4 vials for now?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Alright.
absolutely.
Then
Okay.
I'll
And I
use
have
the rest of the
actually,
time to
yeah.
change whatever essences I can to arcane components to make up the rest. Because I am fairly low on arcane components now.
All right. So what essences are you converting? Well, that's going to take the whole day to make the inks. Well, how much
Oh,
ink are you
okay.
making?
I'm just making 4 vials,
I mean, gold piece value wise, how much?
200, because
Okay.
it's 50 for one, correct?
Yep. As
Yeah.
far as I
So that is probably going to take you just a couple of hours then if you're only brewing like 200 worth.
Hmm.
So what about the rest of you? What are you doing today? Schroeder's brewing some inks with his alchemy lab.
personal training,
Yep,
researching my spell book.
Okay.
same here.
Okay.
I would ask Tal to send a message to Jean-Luc and say, "Hey, Jean-Luc, stay clear of any goals. Make sure they don't spot you, or is everything okay?"
John Luke would reply, "Things are quiet. The hobgoblins are doing well. Your chambers are safe. How long am I staying down here?"
Well, is he really asking that? He had been in the Undercave for like ages already, right?
Well,
But
sort of. He wasn't always. He was hiding in his lair until he was figuring out what to do next.
I
I guess you did. You did give him a bunch of gold, right?
Hmm. He
All
has
yeah,
right.
all of Orcard's gold.
Or card's share and his share. Yeah, I mean, he would just be curious. It sounds like not like he's telling you that he wants to come up right away, but just it seems like nothing's happening because no one knows where that is. The
yeah,
mind
which is
flayers seem to be missing, and yeah, the vault seems fine, at least for the time being.
yeah. So we would, I mean, Tal probably would respond with sending, say, "Hey, we're working on trying to fix things here."
All right, so you do want him to stay down there for now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he'll continue his watch. So the day is passing. You make some inks. You said you're gonna convert some more essence.
Yeah, I've got a lot.
Which essence are you converting?
I believe Mind Flare Ghost is arcane, so I'll start with that.
Yes, the Mind Flayer Ghost is. Give me an alchemy check.
Yeah, and I'll
You're
get
spending the
that
rest
nice
of the day doing that.
+1.
Oh, using the lab here? Okay.
Yeah. Alchemy supplies, intelligence, hiya. So 21.
What's the +3 again?
I get a 1d4 for Arcana and Alchemist supplies.
Oh, could you link that ability?
It is this one.
Okay, fair enough. So how many gold pieces worth of essence were you converting?
590.
All right, so you would get. Where's my calculator? Uh, 442 gold pieces worth of
442. Got it.
Arcana essence, or arcane essence, I should say. Or sorry, arcane components.
Arcane components.
Yes,
Yep.
that's what I meant. Day is passing.
462.
It is now the 22nd. And actually, in the morning on the 22nd, Chiron would say, "Someone approaches the lab. I do not recognize her. Is this your friend Elodie?"
Do you know the description, or?
Well, she is near the front door if you wish to go meet whoever this is. Perhaps
I
make
can
sure
go check
it's
it out.
no one dangerous. So the door is closed. So you go outside, and indeed Elodie is here, followed by 30 or so of her ghouls. She greets you. She says, "Schroeder, it's good to see you're doing well.
Yes, likewise.
It's been a few days and I had not heard from you. I just wanted to check in and see how things were going."
Yes, I've been doing a lot of work, especially in alchemy. Very tiring.
She says, "I have been busy having my ghouls attack your people. Well, your enemies, I should say. The scouts have been driven back fairly effectively. We found them near my pets found them near the keep. They were also found near the cathedral. And we found them to the east as well, watching a strange cave in one of the ruins.
Interesting.
I just thought I would relay the information as well as ask, do you think it is a good time now to go look into the last altar?" And she would
Let me
see
see if
Calgrad
Chiron
and
has made
Balefire there as
progress.
well. So the
I would
door's
ask
open.
Chiron is on the progress of the princess's situation.
Chiron says, "I've made good progress, actually. I need to speak with Nimble. If you could get the Warforged to bring him back here. I assume he's with his
Of
people.
course.
So you
I
might
would
have
be
to go
happy to
speak
do
with him.
that.
But yes, I've made very good progress. And I have some things I would like to experiment with, but it would require Nimble and his people now."
Yes. Calgrad, Balefire?
Mm-hmm.
Are we trying to go meet up with the Warforged and see how things are going?
I'm kind of signaling to Schroeder, like the mind link.
Yeah, I'll set that up before we head out.
Nice. So once that's set up, I will say I don't think we should take her there until we know what this sentient item is.
Yeah,
We
I'll try to talk with her a little bit before we head out to see what's going on with that.
Well, yeah, let's not talk about going out until we know more about what she says about it. Even if that leads to confrontation, it is. We know the ghouls cannot enter the library, so if we have to have a confrontation, this is the best place for us.
Well, she can't enter here anyways.
Yeah, so that's the same point.
Then do
You
you
don't
guys?
know if she is actually banished. The only people who are banished are the ghouls and the like the minions of Malik. Being a human, you don't think
Right, we
she
didn't
could
just
probably just
automatically
walk
be
in if she
banished.
wanted to.
Yeah,
Well, at least the ghouls
well,
won't follow her.
possibly. That necklace might prevent her.
Yeah, and I think it's a. I mean, now that she's here, that's the best time for us to challenge her, and that we cannot let the mind flayer regain the full control if she's actually under her influence.
Yeah, I would ask her if her necklace is in a better mood today and wouldn't mind me either talking to it or asking about it at all.
She says, "Oh, I didn't realize you were that curious. What do you wish to speak with it about?"
I mean, any sentient items are obviously a curiosity to me. The more knowledge, the better, right?
Teacher is crawling on the ceiling and kind of going above the hole over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I would be outside talking with her and possibly petting a ghoul while talking.
She. Let's see. Well, are you still wanting to identify it? Is that what you're asking me?
I mean, if identification could help me understand it a little bit more, then sure, but if it is willing to talk with me, I would be happy to have a conversation with it.
As well, I have used Identify on it before. It will tell you that it enhances necrotic magics, and you will find it to have three hidden qualities, which only a more
Oh,
powerful spell will show. That's what will happen if you identify it.
So
I will
Elodie
attempt to insight
can.
that.
Give me a
Okay,
persuasion check.
not a +3. Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just doing an insight check on what she said, but that's not good either.
Yeah, you don't feel like she's being dishonest or deceitful or trying to mislead you. You don't get much of a reading from her as she speaks.
Yeah.
Were you saying something, Calgrod?
Yeah, I'm asking her. Elodie, can you do this ritual you've done on this basalt altar without the item you have around your neck?
I don't know. I haven't tried. She says,
So
I am bound to the item. What's it called? What's the word?
Soulbound, basically.
No, no. You know the shoot. What's it called when you bind magical items?
attuned.
Attuned, right? She says, I am
I.
attuned to this item, so I keep it on me to improve my study of necromancy.
So where did you find that item?
I
Uh,
thought she said that that was a family heirloom.
yes, I've had it in my family for a while.
So you have worn it even during your studies?
Uh, no, actually, I uh, my one of my family members after I was kicked out of the college, several of my family members who were being partially supported through my studies were also she kind of gets a little bit flustered and says, "I'd rather not talk about it." She says, It's an item of mine. It helps me with my powers. I don't see what all this is about."
Mm, well, let's say let's put an hypothesis out there. What about if the mind flyers were trying to regain control of their altars and using a gullible, power-seeking uh, woman that is trying to increase her power to do that? How would that occur?
She says, "How would they be using me? I have no affiliation with these mind flayers. If anything, I'm taking power away from them."
Yes,
Oh,
that is one thing that I spoke with our good arcanist inside one of the old mages from this city when it was still prosperous, and he was confused on how you were even to able to usurp their power without knowing their inner workings of their magic, and that's why I came to a possible outcome of that the sentient from your item is Mind Flayer in origin.
Why would my. But I've had this in my family for, well, since before I was born. Why would you think it's connected to mind flayers? Just because I can manipulate their magic?
It is a
so
possibility, and as you probably know, Mind Flayers are quite ancient in their origins, so it's possible that long ago your family procured it from them.
Give me a.
so
Or go ahead.
Elod, you have to realize we trust you so far, and we have been trusting you, but that sentient magic item is an unknown over there, and we're in a place where actually that item could be studied much more thoroughly and possibly exposed if it is any kind of um, uh, like mind flayer like influence. But that would require you to accept for that investigation to be done on it and to part with it for a little bit.
They did the same thing to me when I got
Potentially.
my magical tattoo for sitting in a chair that started talking to me. So this is just like this is what the group does.
It's better to be
Uh,
safe than sorry,
give
and we don't
me.
wish to take it from you, just to understand it.
So give me, yeah, I guess some persuasion checks. Whoever's been speaking.
So it's a big thought in my.
Mine wasn't horrible, but Balefire coming in clutch.
She says, "I can ask the item if it is all right with you examining it, but
So let's say, okay, so before you do that, let's say item does not want to be examined. What does that say to you about it?
it could mean a number of things. Magic is often fickle, but honestly, if you were to examine it, I mean, what would you do besides use an identification spell on it?"
I believe Chiron could get more information from it than just a simple identify, correct?
Legend lore?
Are you
Are we
asking
talking about
her or?
legend lore?
No, you as DM,
Oh,
doesn't Chiron have?
I mean, he could look for more information in the library about it, but uh,
Well,
Hmm.
isn't there a spell like legend lore
yeah,
that could be?
there is legend lore. Chiron doesn't have legend lore though.
Oh, okay, okay,
What
it does.
level spell is that?
I think it's a fifth.
Seventh? Oh, it's fifth?
Yeah, I think it's fifth. Let me
Why
double
do I
check.
not have that then?
I'm pretty sure it is because people in my other game have it, and they are about your level.
Legend. Yeah, it's fifth level. Why do I not have this?
Yeah, it's fifth level spell.
Because you're a filthy necromancer. What?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You
I didn't say
shut your
anything.
mouth.
Filthy necromancer. But yeah, she says if you have something more powerful, then I suppose, but it seems very iffy about people it doesn't know examining it.
Yeah, and you will be in view of it all the time, but you have to understand that now that we have this concern, we need to kind of clear that concern out before we can. I mean, again, we are not against you gaining the power of the necromancy. We just don't want the mind flayers to gain that again through you. And you probably would not know if they were actually controlling you.
So what? All right. So she says. So are you what are you casting on it, or what are you doing?
No, we're not
I think
casting
it's
anything.
just
We're just asking you
studying it.
to, yeah, we're just asking you to remove it from your neck and stay with us if you want. You're welcome to keep it in sight as long as you want.
How
But
long would you need to examine it?
I
well,
think that'd be a better question for Chiron.
yes, we don't know that yet. That could be an opportunity for you to meet Charon, but without that item on your neck.
And can I bring
And
my
Chiron
ghouls
would,
into your lair over there?
that would be a question for Chiron, and I am sure you would find a lot of fascination with Chiron.
Yeah, I would be very frank. No, the ghouls would have to stay there, but you can stay with the door open here if you feel safer with your ghoul. We don't have ill intention against you directly, but we certainly do not want to take any risk with the mind flayers.
She begins chanting, casting a spell.
Uh-oh.
You see her eyes glow for a moment, and she nods and says, "Very well. I will come in and speak with this Chiron."
Yeah, remove your necklace first, please.
Take it off.
She says, "Can I take it off when I speak with him, or do I?" So, she nods and takes it off and puts it in her pocket. She says, "Is that better?"
Yes, I think that should suffice for now.
Okay.
If Shoulder is comfortable, then that is good for me.
All right. So she walks in.
The necklace doesn't prevent her from coming in, I take it?
No. She
Okay.
still has her hand in her pocket where she put the
Yeah.
necklace. But yeah, she walks in. She says, "Oh, this is quite an impressive laboratory."
Yes, it has been preserved by Chiron and his magics over the years.
She nods at Balefire as she walks past.
I
All right, let's let's
would
let's
tell
let's not go
Chiron
far.
that we have a visitor that would
Let's
like to
wait.
meet with him.
All right. So Chiron would step forth from the south, coming back up. Elodie is a bit taken aback when she first sees him, but then she nods. And he says, "Greetings, friend. You are allies to my allies, so for now we are cordial." She nods. Is there something you all wished of me, or am I just meeting this friend of yours?
Well, possibly you might be able to give us some more insight on this item that is sentient that she possesses.
Put
We
it on the
worry
table.
that it is Mind Flayer in origin.
Yeah, put it on the table over there.
She nods and walks over and places on the table. He as well walks out, takes a look at it, and says, "That looks elven to me, though I can't place the cycle. When did you get this?" She says, "It's been in my family for a while. I don't know exactly when we acquired it, though." He nods. He says, "Powerful magics are upon this. Do you wish me to identify it?"
Apparently she already has, and there are hidden qualities that she was not able to ascertain, but if you think yours would be more potent or could provide more insight, then feel free.
This is no. If you've already used the spell, all I could do is use time to try to research it with my books. I don't recognize this, at least it doesn't obviously look to be a Mind Flayer relic.
It is sentient, though. Does that mean it's only speak to you, Elodia, or your family? How does it communicate with you?
Well, when I wear it, it speaks directly to me.
Okay.
He says most likely the item will choose who it communicates with. Many sentient items are picky about who they wish to confer with. You'd probably have to attune to it, though maybe not.
Yeah, I think trying to find source in your books or in your about what that would be certainly beneficial to the next step that we're about to undertake with your help.
This is
We
well.
need
I
to know
mean,
what
at
we're dealing
minimum,
with.
knowing that it's elven in design is very good.
You know what I'm already working on. I would prefer to keep
Yes,
working
when
on
you
that.
have
He
the time,
says,
of
but
course.
I can look into it. Are you leaving this with me to examine? And she says, I would rather keep it on me if possible.
Yeah, we
We
can always
would,
bring Melody back here later
yes,
when Chiron has more time.
He
yes, when you
nods.
have the time, she can come back with it, and we can do more research then.
Very well. Bring it back, and I shall look into it later, hoping to find more. There are spells like Legend Lore that will reveal more about it. They are much more powerful, though.
Out of game, I take it, changing spells would have to be at level ups, correct?
For a wizard, normally you could memorize whatever's in your spell book. I'm not sure how it's set up for your character.
I just memorize spells. Kind of like a warlock.
Yeah, well, warlocks have a set number of powers.
No, I mean it's like a wizard. You do a wizard just without a spell book. You don't.
Okay.
You do the same thing as a wizard, just without writing them.
Okay, so you would still have to find the Legend Lore spell to.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would have to get the spell before you could use it. Same as a wizard.
Yeah.
So with that, Chiron is going to go back to work. And he says, I don't think it is a Mind Flayer relic now that I've seen it, unless it is hiding its true nature somehow. And he's going to walk back in here.
Would like a dispel magic maybe remove that kind of if there is such
The protection?
dweller?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's not
well,
good form to cast dispel magic on people's magic items, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of
yeah,
rude.
yeah. No, I know.
It's kind
I
of
know.
rude, bad manners.
Yeah.
Hi.
Lydia. Well, thank you for cooperating with us. That's a big relief already. So it will be a few more days before we can get to this third thing. There's like Schroeder was saying, there's a lot of moving pieces right now, and we're just in the middle of it.
She nods. Well, I don't have much I can do at my lair anymore. I've been with the two altars taken over. I've just been sort of waiting for the next steps. Would it be all right if I stayed around here with you all?
Well, if you stay at the altar over there, so that's probably the best place for you and the ghouls, very close around, and if anything comes up, we'll let you know.
All right, I shall
That's
stay
okay.
upstairs then.
All right.
And she's gonna head out unless anyone says anything.
Once she heads out, I would say, like, would it be beneficial to at least introduce her to Zana and or Dinara for now? That way she at least knows who all is in this coalition.
Yeah, I can go up and talk to Zana at dusk and bring her down here. Because she's not far away. So
Yeah.
I'll talk to her and see if she wants to come down and meet.
Okay.
Because if we are trying to be trustworthy on both sides, having her know all of our allies is a good thing.
Yep.
That way there's no crossfire.
So during the day today, are you going to go get Nimble?
Yes.
Yeah, I think going to get Nimble is our best option at the moment. Especially for progress towards getting Dinara to be able to leave her chambers.
Alright, so why don't we do a 5-minute break, since we're we're past the halfway point, but yeah, just so people can stretch and use the restroom if they want, and then we'll resume with going to speak with Nimble and the Warforged and see what they've been up to.
Have you heard from Tal?
Yeah, so Tal is, he mentioned in attendance that he was on vacation right now, so it was kind
Okay.
of a maybe, and he said currently he is unable to, and I said that's fine,
All right.
because yeah, if you look at attendance, he said he might not be able to attend,
All right.
so I think he's doing vacation stuff, which is fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, 5 minutes. Oh, I just got word from 2 people in one of my other games who seem interested in joining. They're in my Thursday group. Or no, sorry, Tuesday group. But they seem interested in joining the Monday one as well. So that's kind of cool. We'll see if that works out. But I'll be right back.
I'm back.
Back. So what's our next step?
Going to the Warforged to get nimble.
All right.
All right. Oh, did you hear what I said before I left? That I might be getting 2 more people in the game.
I did
Cool.
hear that. That
Alright.
is very nice.
No one said anything, so I just want to make sure everyone
Yeah.
wasn't away.
Yep, heard. Thank you.
All right. So when she leaves, the group talks a bit about going to see the Warforged. Chiron will say, after she steps out, I want to mention that that amulet had a very strange signature on it, the magical item she brought in here. I didn't want to say...
Signature like what?
He says, I didn't want to say anything about it while she was here, but I have not seen something like that before. There's definitely something unique about that amulet. I don't think it was Mind Flayer, but I don't know for sure, obviously. He says, I have a few theories, but my biggest one from some of my past research endeavors is that it might be a constant item.
Whoa. Catboard, the jaws dropped to the floor.
He says,
No
but
wonder she would be able to assert power over the mind flayers if it was a constant item.
I don't know which constant item, but the it would make sense from some of the things I was sensing. I have to verify this, though, because I've never actually seen the signature of a constant item before. It makes me curious which one that is, if it is one. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that.
when you say which one, is there like different type of or limited number of constant items? Why are you saying which one?
As well, according to the legend, there are only so many that have been recorded through the ages. So it could be a known one that has popped up before, or it could be one that has never been seen or recorded. I don't know.
Interesting. Would we know that the constant items are potentially have been used to reduce the length of the cataclysm? Is that something that is kind of well known in general?
No.
No.
I mean, the constant items aren't something that's known about much in general. Calgrod would probably know about them because of his studies. But,
Uh-huh.
like, it's not common knowledge what they do or
Okay.
what they're like, even that they exist. It's only like specialty like historians sometimes know about them.
All right. So literally, I mean, this is a bombshell that Karen just dropped on on Calcroyd, right?
Yeah.
All right. Uh, so well, that information would kind of so Calgary is kind of a little bit flabbergasted and seems to be scratching his head hearing about that, and he's probably would probably kind of share. Well, then that probably rules mind flayers, but uh, for me that would probably that information probably remove any kind of hesitation about bringing her to the last altar.
I will say, if that is the case, that would make sense why she's able to manipulate their magic. Alright, so what does the group want to do? Chiron says, I'll look into it more, but that is my hypothesis.
Yeah, let's do the Dinara things first, but that's kind of a relief though that information is kind of a relief for me.
So, are we going to roofie her and take her amulet? Fire says to himself and then chuckles. I was just kidding. Relax.
I'll say Chiron didn't hear that. He already left.
Yeah, and I don't know what you mean by roofie, so.
Right.
Schroeder, being
Yeah,
an
right.
alchemist, knows. He just shakes his head, I assume.
We don't call it that in the Feywild. We just call it a nighttime snack.
Yeah. Alright, well, what do you all want to
Uh,
do?
well, we're going to get Nimble, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Alright.
So we're going to use stealth because there's only the three of us and Disha. We'll probably kind of stealth our way through. We want to avoid any ghouls or scouts.
Alright, so give me stealth checks.
Stealth it is. Incoming.
Hey, mine wasn't half bad.
Oh, so you're all pretty stealthy.
Show
You
'em.
leave the others behind for now, making your way. Huh? Oh yeah, Bellfire's just
Bellfire
gone.
even here?
You would see ghouls moving about the city, but the ones nearby don't even seem to pay much attention to you. It seems like there are more ghouls around the keep now. You wonder if that's because of Elodie's influence. And you
Yeah, we
do.
also need to inform everyone in the coalition not to kill the ghouls if they can.
Alright, so the
Yeah.
Warforged are on duty as usual, guarding the cathedral. They would allow you to enter. You go speak with Nimble.
Yep.
Alright, so he is happy to see you once again. And he says, oh, of course, I can go speak with Chiron. I spoke a bit with Demi Prime as well, so we might have a shell for him to use.
Ooh, nice.
Wonderful. I'm very intrigued by
But
this.
but I can sort that out with him. You all don't need to worry about that. I will have a group of guards escort me over to the keep so we can go speak with Chiron.
Yes, and
Okay.
it seems that we do have another ally still somewhat at the beginning of our uh, relation with her. She seems to be very helpful, but we don't quite have perfect trust with her yet.
Who is this ally? Nimble asks curiously now.
She is another necromancer like myself, except human, and her name is Elodie.
I'm not familiar with this Elodie, but if she can be trusted, I will consider her among our friends. Is there a reason you are telling me of this? Is she going to be coming here soon?
At some point, she does wish to come here, along with the intent to gain friendship with the Warforged and our treaty with everyone in the city to make a neutral territory here, but also to do some magics with the altar in this cathedral. She's able to gain the influence of all of the ghouls in the area with it. And that would be quite helpful if we have to forcibly hold back the Empire.
Give me a persuasion check, as Nimble seems a bit maybe worried about this information.
Yeah, it's obviously not exactly the best
Yeah,
the
welcome,
best
comrade.
news.
Uh, I don't.
That's why I wish to speak with all of you about it, because we aren't at a perfect negotiation point with her and trustworthiness.
The ghouls pose a risk to all of us. I mean, just because of their nature of being so aggressive, we've lost several of our soldiers. Would it not be better to just attack and destroy them rather than try to gain control of them? This seems like a dangerous pursuit. And are we sure we can even trust this Elodie to not use the ghouls later to be even more dangerous?
Well, the thing is, though, this is almost like an army. If she is actually an ally, then this is an army that can be used to fight the humans that are on their way to take over the city. So, you
And
know,
even if we don't want the ghouls on our side, if she's able to completely control them, it would be a lot easier to get rid of them.
He says, we have sent people to speak with the humans. So far, they have been polite in their dealings. Do you know for certain they wish to take over the city?
yeah,
We. Or go ahead.
the Empire sent them here to reclaim it, and we've been working to try to convince them not to retake the city to protect the various people that the current residents of the city.
Well, from my speaking with them, they seem fine with us retaining our land here at the cathedral, and they seem like they wish to work with us.
They will probably with you,
Yes,
but maybe not with others like Dinara or Dana.
they don't take very kindly to undead, even if they are still sane.
He says, and we do, of course, respect our fellow inhabitants of Issac. I think this is something that all factions must figure out. But I don't see the humans as our enemies, at least not yet.
Yes, it is still to be determined if they wish to be cordial with Zana and Princess Dinara, then by all means, but I find it very hard to believe that they would recognize her in any fashion.
Yeah, and you have to. You may not have been exposed to that, but Nimble, your kind have been enslaved by the dwarves, right? You came out of that enslavement. Your nature and the nature of the hollow that yours are using may be considered as magic, and the Empire has a very strong feeling about magic that they are not the one to use.
They are very
So
controlling of magics.
yes, they have not realized, they don't know yet the extent of what you are, of what you use, but I don't think you really want them to be very uh, getting deeper or integrating you as part of their empire, because then you may face another kind of enslavement.
He says, it's true the Tharian Empire created us as tools to be used to create and gather resources for them. But we now have a position of power using the weapons we've created and our soldiers. I think that the humans wish to bargain rather than enslave, at least from my current exposure to them. I could be wrong, obviously, and of course, I hold your opinions in high regard. I just worry that hostile actions by these undead ghouls could throw us into a heated battle that could be more destructive than useful to our faction, to the Warforged.
You have to keep in mind, though, that you're talking to one small family at the moment, one small faction of the humans,
Mhm.
right? They're it's not because they're a small family or small faction, they're not going to be the aggressive, we're going to destroy everything. That group is on their way. So just because these people are sweet talking to you, they could be sweet talking to you to buy time so that, you know, buying time for the larger humans. All of us long-lived races, at least where I come from, know that you can't trust humans very far because their lifespans are so short.
Give me up to 2 persuasion checks from your group.
All
I'm
right,
going to
I'll
be
definitely roll one
sideways
of
at
those.
Balefire.
Come on. Ah,
Yeah. He says, "Well, you have given me a lot to think about. I think the I think I'm curious to meet these more aggressive humans and see what actions they take. But if it does turn out that they are wishing to fool or enslave us, then of course we will support the actions of your group and Dinara to keep the city safe from them. It just was not the feeling I got from speaking to their ambassadors. But I don't know. Again, like you say, they might just be trying to fool us with nice words. So I will definitely keep an eye on things, as that is my duty to my queen and to my people. And for now, I will go also speak with Chiron to get things in motion for what we had discussed.
Thank you.
He bows, and he would get some of his guards, and they're going to make their way over there. What does the group want to do?
Um, did Zana meet with Dinara or not yet?
You asking him?
No, no, I'm just asking as a player, and not
Oh,
out of.
you assume so. She said she was
All right.
going to, and it's been like 3 days, so.
So we should go see Dinara to see how our own diplomatic effort with the humans went. And then I was kind of thinking maybe we can investigate these caves as the scouts were looking at.
Yeah, depending on where it's at, that might be the oozes.
Ah, well, we can. We can stop by Dinara, check with her if she met Sana and she met the
Oh,
human and it works for her.
one other thing Nimble would mention. He says it seems the ghouls, from what we've seen, have become more hostile towards the human forces. I assume this is the doing of your ally.
Yes, we
Yes.
had asked her to clear out the scouts that were still in the city.
He would nod and say, "Yes, the humans have said they've been under a lot heavier of attack, and the ghouls seem to move with more purpose again. We were worried this might have something to do with the mind storm thing you had mentioned, but this it's good to know this is an ally and not some other
Well,
force."
Nimble, that is between us. This is a mindstorm at work, right? Wink, wink, blink, blink.
Yes,
Give
and
me
we are
a
still trying to study this mindstorm to see if we have any idea of what it could be or even where.
So you do not wish me to mention this, or wish that I mention this to anyone. He says, "I will tell my queen, but I can try to, depending on what she orders, I will keep that between us otherwise, unless I am told
Okay,
that we are to tell someone else."
all right,
Of course.
fair enough.
He nods. All right, so where is the group going?
Dinara,
Yep.
Dinara, okay. So you travel across the city. Again, it seems safer with these allied ghouls kind of keeping an eye on things. However, I will roll for something. Nope. All right, so you're fine. You get back to Dinara's area where
yeah.
the sword wraiths kind of hold dominion, and you go below the fountain to go speak with her. Where was that? It was the fountain tunnels. Okay. I mean, you don't have to drag your tokens on, but
Okay.
we'll say she is there. She says, "Yes, I have sent people to meet with the humans, and it could have gone better. They don't seem hostile, but we get the feeling that they're not going to respect my authority."
Yeah, we we kind of thought that would be the case. So we are working on a plan that's going to make sure that your authority on Nisek is not going to be challenged.
She says, "I would definitely feel better speaking to them in person. Have there been any, or has there been any news from Chiron as to what he's working on?"
There is progress, it's just not complete yet. The Warforged are sending over a shell for your body to him to be worked on. Hopefully
Oh,
it will be complete sometime soon.
a shell? You mean like one of their people?
Yes, a shell as in a Warforged body for you to be able to move around in.
This is an ingenious solution. I hope it works. I would love to get out of this place finally. I think for now we should hold off on hostilities against the humans in case some kind of deal can be struck. I don't want them getting angry at us. So for now, I've told my people to allow them free reign, just to let their people move throughout the city as needed. We have noticed that the ghouls have been acting a little bit strange. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, we have somewhat of a new ally. Not, we don't have complete trust in them at the moment, though, but they have been holding to their word for the most part and actually sending out the scouts that have been in the city.
Yeah, we want to kind of once the negotiation start, we want to the humans to really understand that ISEC is a dangerous place for them. So the ghouls can attack them on the behalf of the Mindstorm, even if you, us, and the Warforge leadership know that we are behind that.
A smart play, as long as they don't figure out it's actually your ally. I am
Yeah.
okay with this. Again, as long as they don't gain that information, I think this is a good play on your part. I feel bad for those dying because of it, but these things are inevitable sometimes.
Well,
Or go ahead.
normally in peace talks, you don't send scouts into who you are trying to negotiate with city.
Yes, but I can
Yeah, code 5.
understand. I can understand their hesitancy because we are undead. But it is what it is. We will do the best with what we have. Is there any other information you wish to give me about what's going on?
Just know that right now we are staying around the current library, and this new ally is staying in the chapel up there. Just so that you know who that is. Have you met Zana?
I have not met her directly yet. I know of the dragon. She she has been at well, we've had an uneasy peace with her. Our people have not attacked her, and she has not tried to attack us.
She was supposed to
Do you,
stop by. We chatted with her like 3 days ago.
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That was like one of the first things we did after we came back from the Soft Spires. We spoke to
He's
Dinara. Then that night, Balefire talked to Zana. Said, "Hey, we're trying to build this coalition. You need to go talk to Dinara." And she said she would.
I have not heard from her yet.
Okay, so she has
Okay.
not.
Hmm.
All right.
Hellfire.
I'll go figure out what's going on.
Alright. So, well, thanks, Dinara. We'll keep you updated.
Yes, good luck to you, Shadowstalkers. I shall be here
Perhaps.
until things can be figured out with my new body.
So, are we going to see Zana now, or are we going to
Yeah,
check the
perhaps she
caves?
simply doesn't know the way to Dinar's chambers, since
She knew
she
about.
probably doesn't know about the secret entrance in the fountain.
No,
Yeah,
we went over this though. She knows the location where the Wraiths hang out, and Dinara was supposed to have told the Wraiths to, not attack her if she shows up.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Anyway,
wow, Wildfire hooking two girlfriends together. Look at that.
yeah, that's called a jackpot.
All right.
I
Do you want to go look for Zana?
Yeah, I'll wait till the evening. It's the usual time that I go see her.
so are we checking the cave?
Yeah, it's about 10 a.m. now. There's still a full day if you want to do anything else.
We can check out the cave while we're waiting.
You don't know
See
exactly
what's...
where the cave is, I don't think.
Have we not already been there?
I don't think you have. She just said that there was a cave on the east side of town somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think we have visited that part actually. That's why I wanted to go check
I
it
thought
out.
that was like right over here and we went down there.
This part would be over there, right? Somewhere here.
When did you go down there?
Down
Well,
here? We went down here like a long time ago.
Because that
that's-
is where the cave is.
Yeah,
But I
we
don't
went down
remember
there,
you.
we faced some of the oozes and revenants down there, I believe.
No, that's not where the uses and revenants were.
My map view goes all the way down to right there.
yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
Right
I can
there.
see here. Yeah, so I can see that, but I don't remember
Oh,
anything over there.
I think. Wait.
Is there a graveyard there? Is that the secret entrance or something?
No, that was
that was some ruins and that was some
Is that
ruins.
where you went
So
under? Because the oozes are only underground.
no, so
Yeah.
we came here at the so that's the first entrance we came. We fought the big guy over there. We entered
Mm-hmm.
the sewers.
Oh wait.
Then we ended up here, and we fought the ooze under in the sewer until we kind of got to the lake.
So no, never mind. I messed up. That's not where the cave is. Yeah, that's
Okay.
something else. So no,
Okay.
maybe you haven't been to the cave yet. I was getting my ruins
Yeah.
mixed up. So
I
you
don't see
probably don't know where the cave is that she was talking about.
So we can kind of go and explore that part we haven't done. I mean, at that point,
You
we
want to
have
just
enough time.
walk
Yeah.
around the east side of town?
Yep.
Mhm.
So stealthily,
Always.
always. Alright, so we are kind of, yeah. Alright, so this one we have seen, so we have seen before, but we may not have stopped here. We may not have found what's there, but
Yeah, I don't think we really investigated to see if there were any caves.
yeah. Oh, steps, sorry.
It wasn't asked for, but I like rolling it. And that's the second 20 that I've gotten on the stealth check this
Wow,
session.
look at that. Yeah. Alright, DJ, don't mess up. Don't mess up, DJ. Aye, not
That's
bad,
not a
not
mess.
great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Shorter, shh. Shh. Stop, stop. Your mask is clanking.
So it's probably
We go over there.
perception to find the
Well, are we
caves.
going
I just
east
realized I
or?
was muted. So
Yes, you
you're
were.
just generally exploring, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we're
going east.
trying to look for
So,
the caves, so
yeah.
I'm guessing perception checks, but
So as you get further out, you would see there are more ghouls in this area that don't seem as friendly. Or they're at least kind of stalking the group and keeping an eye on you. They're behaving differently from the ones that you know.
Right. So we are. Yeah, let's keep going.
What is the passive perception of you three? What are your passives?
For me, it's 18. Oh yeah,
Fails.
we don't have Tal anymore.
Technically, Tal's with us, right? He'd be walking around with us, but
Yeah, that's probably
He's
in the
kind of in the
background.
background, yeah. So, as you're going, you see a large group of ghouls, like 30 or so, kind of stalking you. They're staying kind of away near the houses, but they do seem to be following you.
Yeah, we have to remember there's the vampires. We don't know where the vampires were coming from either. So maybe we are
yeah, it might
we'll
be them.
see at that point. So I would say we should go back north from here.
Head north, okay.
Yeah, and north between the yeah, because we're kind of getting to the edge.
So as you go north, yeah, they don't seem to follow, and the ghouls in this area, well, not. I don't want to use the word friendly, but they don't seem to care as
They're
much.
passive.
Yeah, they're more passive. Revealing map. So
I feel like that cave might be farther south,
Yeah, it
because I don't
may.
see any
Well,
ruins over here.
so she said that she had a ghoul watch the cave. So I don't know if our ghoul would go along with the other ghouls.
when you get up to this area, you you think you see something move in one of the upstairs windows in this house. You don't get a good look at it, but you don't think it was a ghoul.
you guys want me to go see what that was?
Yeah, let's.
All right.
So let's kind of go against the wall here.
All right, one moment.
Hopefully, I
Which
can
house
find
was
what
it?
to-
Well, these are kind of representative. It was kind of like
Okay.
this cluster of houses here. So you approach that neighborhood / area. And as you get close to the house, the door would open and a strange creature steps out. Which I don't know if you've seen these before. Yeah, just give me a moment to get the map. Oh, maybe you have. A creature with an elongated face and a kind of gaunt appearance steps from the house, and you see several others also coming around the side of the house.
Yep, I immediately look down.
Yeah.
But I
So
Roll
give
for
me,
initiative.
yeah, give me one moment to put you guys on. All right, so let's see. There's Balefire. You're in this area here, approaching. Oh, I'll get everyone else on. So Balefire, Schroeder, and Calgrod. You are approaching this house, and the creature stepped out of the front door here. As well as one coming around the south of the house and one coming around the north. Give me initiative rolls.
Hey, not bad. And of course, they roll great.
All right.
Oh, they actually have fairly high dex.
So the first act is the Bodak from the south. So the Bodak from the south walks towards you. It seems... does anyone speak Orcish?
nope,
Nope.
not here.
No.
So it says something in a strange language, looking towards the group, and points a finger at Schroeder.
Yay.
Does not seem to attack you. That's all it does. The one to the north, or the one who just stepped out the door, steps forward as well. It says something in Orcish, and you would see a field of necrotic energy flow off of it, kind of encompassing a bunch of stuff around you, encompassing the group. That is the aura. Oh, and I just realized they are whispering. Hang on. So yeah, strange necrotic energy flows all around you as it does that. And it is going to point at Schroeder and do a withering gaze. So Schroeder, I need a con save as you feel yourself being inundated by necrotic energy.
Yeah. Con's not horrible. I'll just take a normal roll. Haha.
Alright, so you resist it, only taking 5 points of necrotic damage.
Yay. Or was that the actual roll? So
Yeah, it was 11, then it halved to 5.
half to 2.
Okay. Schroeder, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
How far are these dudes from everyone else? Too far. Or maybe. This is exactly 60. That is wonderful. Right here and here. I'm going to move here.
Alright, you rush up behind the creature.
And gonna use... Wait, can I upcast this or no? No, I can't. I'm gonna use Steel Wind Strike.
Alright, so you cast Steel Wind Strike.
And I guess the first one targeted is the lower one.
Could you link the spell?
Yeah. There's the spell.
Alright, and I forget, do you use Beyond or Roll20 for your character sheet?
I have it on Beyond.
Alright, so you spend a 5th level
Or
spell.
roll 20 as well.
So go ahead and click the spell to use the spell slot as you cast it. As you begin to teleport around, striking with your magic.
Yeah, so I've just been using Eldritch Blast for the on hit. There's probably not the best roll.
15. So the first guy that would strike, 15 would hit.
Cool. There's the damage.
Alright, so he takes 43 force damage, looking near death from the attack.
And the next one, farthest south.
Yeah, 19 would strike.
29.
And
Best.
real quick, you said you were averting your gaze?
Well, we
I'm
didn't
trying to
get
make
it.
sure not to look them in the eyes.
Okay. Luckily, you still hit even with disadvantage, so he takes 29.
Yep,
And
then
third
the
guy?
one to the north.
No, that would miss. Anything else?
So it's disadvantage if I
Yes.
just look at their feet.
Yes.
Yep.
If you avert your gaze, it is disadvantage.
Alright.
So the third guy dodges as you can't see him exactly and you mistime the swing. Alright, for you? Is that where you're ending? Where you are?
Yeah, I'll provide some flanking.
Alright, so you take 5 necrotic damage, which
2.
is halved to 2. Balefire.
All right. Balefire will begin Blade Song.
Okay.
So we'll throw a little timer on this guy. The numbers, right? Where are the numbers? Why are those numbers so high? I don't know where the one. Oh, the one. Right? Did I do that right for you?
For the Blade song, it
Yeah.
should be.
Oh, there's actual thing for it. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
there's a Blade song on the list there if you want to just use that.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Chief. All right. So start blade singing.
Yeah.
And I will pull out my sword and my whip, and then I will move here, and I will green flame blade.
All right. I need a con save, please. As you meet the eye of the creature. All right. So you make the con save, luckily. And go ahead. Give me an attack. Yeah, 25 will strike as you stab at the creature with your rapier. Doing 21. Is that with Green Flame Blade?
No, I need to hit the button for that one. Green Flame Blade. Boom.
Alright, so he's burned for another 7 as he seems to resist the fire. But this would be enough to overwhelm him. Oh, and he goes down.
All right. I think that's going to be it for me.
Alright, this one as well says something.
Hold on, this is DJ first. I don't know why DJ. It's my initiative actually. I DJ clicked 12. I'm at 12.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's because I've always clicking on DJ instead of me.
Alright.
But we take the turn same time. Thank you.
Alright, so also, Balefire, you would take 5 points of necrotic damage from the aura when you ended your turn.
Didn't it? I thought the creature died.
There's
that
2
not-
more, and you're definitely within the aura of the bottom one.
Oh,
That's 30
actually, the bottom one didn't activate his aura yet because he didn't attack when he started,
Oh.
so you didn't take it
Yeah.
yet.
All right, cool. I'm good.
Alright, so Calgrod, what are you doing?
I'm averting my eyes, pulling my dagger, moving here, using a voice section for DJ to avert her 8 eyes, and charge the thing with bonus action here.
Okay,
And so DJ is going to do a maul.
so mark yourself as blinded.
I will
And go
do.
ahead and
And
attack with disadvantage.
yes, so I have to roll another d20. Yeah, go. So I think it's
Ooh.
probably not good.
No, well, let's see, what do you get? She gets +6?
She got +6, yes.
So 13
plus-
would become a 15 with the flank, which would just hit.
Whew, right. So she is going to. So you have the damage for the maul, but because she did a charge, she is actually. Let me bring the charge up. This is a charge. So it takes an extra d6.
Is her attack considered magical?
Yes.
Okay, so that would wound the
So
creature.
it must make a DC
Strength.
strength check or fall prone.
So it is knocked prone.
So now that
Nice
it's prone,
14 damage.
yep. So I'm not having disadvantage anymore, and we're still flanking, right?
Yeah. So normal
Right,
attack
so
because he is prone.
normal attack with the prone. First one. So that's the psychic damage.
Alright, so that would strike with the first attack. 27 for 5 psychic, and what else?
And I didn't roll the damage. Sorry. Yeah. Ooh, cat 4. That's a good one.
16. It is near death, but still alive.
Alright, doing another follow-up attack. Oh man.
Yeah, 25 would stab it again. Doing another 12, which would bring it down. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. I used everything I had.
Alright, so the third Bodak would point at Schroeder again as it approached. It's going to bonus action light up its aura. Putting a 30-foot aura around it. And it's going to attack you, Schroeder, with its withering gaze.
Same thing as before, the Constitution.
Another con save, yep.
Hey-ya.
Alright, so you would make it. Taking 16 necrotic. So 8, I believe.
Yep.
That is it for the creature, and into a new round we have the... we have Schroeder.
Yep. Hello, click on spells. Thank you. I'm just gonna hit it with a firebolt.
Okay, still blinded, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
so
take the disadvantage.
you fire at it, trying to not look it in the eye. 15 will strike it.
That's not what I wanted. Click that.
So
Thank
just
you.
burned for 6 points of damage on the hit.
No. It's 13.
Link the ability, please, if you want the 13.
It is right there.
Okay. Ignores resistance. All right, so yeah, he would take another 7 then. Anything else?
I'm gonna go around him to provide flanking.
All right, Balefire.
All right. We're going to run up into and move into a flank.
Are you blinding yourself or just attacking?
Nah, I'm gonna just attack. I can't have disadvantage.
Give me a con save.
Um, yes, Constitution save.
13, I believe, makes it. So you resist the gaze of the creature, managing to keep from being affected. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
So we'll go ahead and green flame blade with it.
Yep. 13 was the DC.
Oh, +2, right?
16 would strike.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you stab it once
Whew.
for 28.
Edge.
And green flame blade.
So it takes another
And
5
5.
points, and it is looking very wounded, near death. Anything else?
I think I take 5 necrotic, right?
You would, yes.
All right. That's it
No
for me.
second attack?
No, I don't get a second attack yet.
Oh.
I'm not hasted. And green flame
That's
blade
what
is
it
an
was.
action.
Deja.
Alright, so not averting my eyes this time. Her eyes, sorry. And I'll have her charge and get
Alright.
next to Balefire.
She needs to make a con save.
Yes. So con save for Jija. Where is the save for Jija?
Yeah.
Alright, so she resists it as she charges at this thing.
Alright.
Nice.
Hitting it for 10 slashing, which very much wounds it, but it is still alive.
And
Plus
charge.
the 1d6.
Plus the 1d6. Oh, shoot.
Ugh.
No, I rolled it 6 at 1. Sorry for the extra d20.
Mm.
Alright, so she has to make a strength save. Yep, alright, down.
It is knocked over by Deja's jump.
Alright. And Calvard is going to Secret Flame her. So I am going to, yes, I'm still averting my eyes, and I'm Oh well, if I'm secret,
I think you have to
yeah, no,
see it.
I have to see it. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not averting my eyes, and I'm
Alright.
trying.
Con
But
save.
it's still advantage for the attack, which is nice. Or is that only for melee?
Actually, well, it's a saving throw, isn't it, for a Sacred Flame?
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
throw.
Oh, okay.
But if it, alright, so you would just make it, and go ahead and, well, it's a deck
So
save,
it's
right?
DC 14. So because it's prone, I think they have disadvantage.
Is that deck save?
Secret Flame, yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
is
dex.
does prone give disadvantage to deck saves?
I'm not.
let me double check.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see. It should say under prone. Well, I think it made it anyway, but Yeah, let me check the prone condition. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls against creature of advantage within
I don't
5
know. So
feet.
it's
Yeah, I think
uh,
it's just
yeah, I may be
yeah.
confusing with grapple or something like that. That's
Yeah.
that's what it
So it
was.
did make the save, so it is
Right.
okay for now. Also, Deja would take 5 necrotic damage from it.
Okay.
That is it for Deja. The Bodak goes. It's going to stand up, and it is going to use its Withering Gaze on Balefire. So I need
Coward.
another con save, please.
Nice.
14 would make it, so you would take 10 points of necrotic damage, Balefire, as necrotic energy washes over you. And that would end its turn, going into a new round, Schroeder.
Um, no, I'm not gonna try that. I'm still just gonna hit it with the fireball.
Alright, so that's going to be disadvantage from not looking
There's
at it and from
disadvantage
being.
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So 24 will strike,
die.
and it is burned. Going down. So yeah, these creatures are dead. They, yeah, no one else shows up. What do you all want to do?
So it's restraint
I
for the disadvantage deck save. It's not grapple, it's restraint. I was confusing that with prone.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. The
Yeah.
restrained, because you're tied up.
I'm gonna be collecting their essence.
All right, so
Uh,
Schroeder begins to collect the essence.
going to check the house.
Yeah, I'll go with Calgrod.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, give me a roll to collect the essence.
Wow,
12. All right, so you get
the lowest I could roll on it.
90 gold pieces of Bodak essence.
Okay, thank you.
Inside the house, you would find what looked like a bunch of ghouls in the main area, just sitting there, kind of staring blankly into
My
space.
goals.
You don't know if they're Schroeder's ghouls, but they don't seem
No,
to
they
be
will be.
active.
This is what
Huh.
happened last time that we killed a Bodak. They had ghouls and I could take them over.
Hey, Schroeder, there's
Oh, that's
rules in
cool.
here.
Yeah, for whatever reason, these Bodaks seem to have these dead-eyed ghouls who don't seem to have any intelligence behind them. It doesn't look like there's much else in the house. You're not sure what the ghouls were doing here, but other than that, the house is mostly abandoned. If you want to take some time, you can search it.
Yeah, I will
I will
probably
search to
do
see
that.
if the Bodak have anything on them once I'm done collecting the essence.
They just seem to have the essence. You don't find anything of value.
Right.
They were speaking Orcish or some kind of weird language, so that
Yeah,
seemed interesting.
I remember the last time we did it, it was some kind of orcish ritual that I did.
For whatever reason, that one wasn't attacking when it first walked out, but yeah, it seemed like it was saying something. But unfortunately, you don't know what it was saying.
I have comprehend languages. If I had been able to cast it faster, we could have communicated. But I'm kind of tired
I,
of talking with people. I just like want to fucking kill some things.
I mean, if that second one hadn't attacked, then we could have done that, but they wanted to be hostile.
Yep.
All right. Well, it is 2 o'clock, so maybe we should do MVP votes and end here. Give me your MVP votes. So it is a 3-way tie. So just
Hey, I
give me
almost made that
D20
as a
rolls.
joke.
Let's roll it. So what do we roll?
Just everyone roll
Just
a
straight
D20.
D20, I believe.
Yeah.
Alright.
Triskaidekaphobia.
Can DJ roll?
Balefire. And
Hey,
Deja,
hey, hey,
no.
hold on. Can DJ roll?
Deja can't roll. Balefire, you are MVP. Congrats.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank the dice, the dice gods.
Apparently they were on your side today.
Yeah, they were. Alright, well, folks, talk to you next week then.
Yep,
Yep.
everyone have a good week. Take care.
Take
As
care,
usual,
everybody.
like that.
I'm
Take care,
sending you a
bye-bye.
whisper. That way I remember there's ghouls in there.
Where's the hang up button?
Have a good one, guys.
Alright, bye-bye.
All right. See you all next time.